good to go? Yeah, recording. All right.
Sweet.
What's up?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Vulf
So
401.
this is Vulf 401, State of the Vulf Union, as it were. Super excited to be here chatting with you.
Elective. This is the elective level. Senior year.
All right. So it's going to get advanced. I'm just warning you now. It's going to get advanced. Got my notes. So let's start things off.
USC campus.
USC campus. Here we are at the Thornton School of Music. Beautiful place. I spend a lot of time here, just hanging out.
What's your major?
I'm actually in the film school, but I'm fake in the music school because I like it better. I'm a music industry minor.
Oh, okay.
So let's start things out with basic introductions. So introduce yourself. Who are you? I'm
Jack Stratton, the band leader of Vulf.
And Vulf, how would you describe it to someone who's never heard of it?
It's inspired by the rhythm sections from the golden age of recording, 60s and 70s and 80s. All these documentaries have come out about them where they would play on all the hit songs, and people until recently didn't know it was all this select group of
Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, Wrecking Crew.
That was a great movie.
Oh,
so good.
Loved that.
That was on Netflix. It's on Netflix, you guys.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yeah, and there's the Muscle Shoals one, and the first one I saw in high school was Funk Brothers, the Motown one.
Gotta check that one out.
I loved that, yeah.
Gotta
very
check
good.
that one out. In high school, I know you started off early doing experimental videos that combined music with comedy, like even before college. Some of them are still on the Vulf channel. I think they're great. So we know that, Bernard Purdie is one of your musical heroes.
That's right.
So who would you say your heroes are in terms of comedy and film?
Oh, sweet. Contemporarily, I love Fred Armisen and his crew. I think John Kreisel's the editor, director, and DJ Doug Pound does Bizarre.
We just saw him.
Oh, really?
We saw him at a brand new venue in Hollywood. I had never heard of him. He was fantastic. I was so funny.
And his crew of Johnny Pemberton and Brent Weinbach. And his stuff just cracks me up. So, and then historically, Mel Brooks' Spaceballs was the first thing I freaked out about. And then got into Christopher Guest movies, which is the ultimate.
Classics.
Yeah, absolute ultimate.
I think I've heard you talk about how you like Kyle Mooney.
Yes.
Graduate.
Right.
Graduate.
Yeah.
All those guys. Cinema.
Yes. Yeah.
Moving forward to the Vulf. You guys started in 2011, and right now in your interviews and stuff, you're playing it pretty straight. We started as for a friend session, but for a while there, people were taking the met in a German class rhythm section of Vulf Records thing pretty seriously.
Right.
And so I love that there was this mythology that you started off with.
Yeah.
So was there anything else to that mythology that you had developed in your mind that maybe never came forward?
I was trying there, and the first 2 years were a beautiful time of confusion.
People believed it.
Yeah, thinking we were Europeans, and I knew it would go away with Wikipedia, obviously.
I mean, I think it was on the Wikipedia page for a while.
Yeah, I had written that, and the first draft
of the page.
Yeah, and I got into it with a moderator, and he accused me of being myself, which I had to defend that I wasn't.
How did he know?
My username was like JBase or something. Or he thought I was Joe Dart.
Oh. But you were telling the truth by saying that you weren't Joe Dart.
I know.
So, I mean, you're not wrong.
I know, yeah. And that was perfect because I wrote the initial draft.
Yeah.
And then that got cited in an interview about Theo on the Darren Criss thing.
Yeah.
And then it was a cited reference, from Billboard, I think the article was on.
Yes, I have read that article.
That we were Germans or something like that. So, yeah, it was. Wiki can be a cycle of. And I've got some good wiki stuff going on right now.
Red Funky Duck.
I don't want to.
Well, I won't say anything more, but that's pretty excellent.
Pretty good.
It's really good.
I'm hoping that. Yes.
The extended mythology behind the band also exists in places like the tour vlogs.
Right.
On the YouTube channel, you guys are in. You guys are in Oklahoma. You guys are in the Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Where were those videos actually shot?
Oh, I don't. One is in Michigan. One's in, I think.
It's
LA.
with the dog, yeah.
Yeah, that's in L.A.
That's
yeah.
Nick Rosen's dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that dog. I miss that dog.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
he's a
looks
very
like
good
it.
Dude, yeah.
Those tour vlogs are great. Cory Wong is a fantastic track. Did you guys improv that on the spot?
Yeah. I had that bass line, which is a fun bass line, and we just tracked it with Cory.
Yeah.
Legit. Coming up.
I was gonna ask because I have been answering so many questions in YouTube comments like, what is that song? Is that a cover? Is that a new song? I'm like, no, it's Cory Wong. It's unreleased. You can find it on the tour vlog on the channel. But now people will know.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Yeah,
oh, I'm psyched. That's awesome. Another element of the mythology is Vulfman, who exists as sort of this proto record label leader.
Right. Yeah, that's that. I mean, semantically, it makes sense. You have the Vulf pack. You have
and
the Vulf man. Kind of. There is mythology behind him that he's a professor at University Halle-Wittenberg.
Right.
In the electronic music.
Right.
Media
radiophonic,
crossover, which is what I did at Michigan.
There's
so much. There's so much.
I want the short film. I want the series.
Yeah, all his
Vulfman, the Kickstarter video where he's frustrated with the labels and the middleman.
Yeah.
This is good.
That was a Tarantino riff, where Tarantino's like, I didn't get into this for digital. He's like, that's not what I signed up for. So that's what Vulfman's.
Yeah. So your website is a hit. I would say it's a hit. Yeah. It's fantastic. It seems deceptively simple, but it was probably. Did it just come to you?
No. That's a pure ripoff of Rob Stenson's resume that he had on his old work website. You'd click through to a resume, and it was an actual text document. .txt online with the Courier New and the using the spacing. The grid thing, which you can do with Courier New. So that was a direct rip. I don't even know if he remembers it as a rip-off, but it was at the time, yeah. Yeah. And, we have a fair trade agreement to just anything we want to
for sure
to steal, yeah.
Now, on that website, it used to read half Jewish, half German American rhythm section, but by my calculations, Joe Dart is the only goy in the band. So where did that...
No, his mom's Jewish, yeah.
So where does the half come from?
His dad, yeah. Or you mean the band?
Yeah, the band,
half,
right.
No, I mean half Jewish. Like each one of us... Woody's the only mom and dad. Everyone else is half.
That makes sense now. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Links to the Who is a Jew Wikipedia.
Right. Yes. I'm glad that exists.
My favorite title.
Yeah. Also, for a while, going back into the archives of the website, Joey Dosick was listed as an official member of the band for a while in 2013. And I know he played with you guys instead of Woody at the June 2013 Rockwood show.
That's right.
And appears in some videos from that era where Woody does not.
Right. Yeah. Well, initially... Like these documentaries, we were deciding whether it was going to be this amorphous collective thing or, members of a band type of thing. And Joe had a good point in saying, the bands I've connected to, it's usually like this lineup. You know? So then we stuck to that and have made it that. And Woody was just at a wedding, for that show. Yeah. So he would have done it. It was kind of just unfortunate time. I mean, that was I think our first show.
That was your first show. Yeah. And a bunch of people were publicizing the New York Brooklyn Bowl shows this past fall as your New York debut. I was like, nope. But
play that card every time, I guess.
But yeah, you guys played really small spots for a while, and I know that you waited until you knew it would be sold out.
Right.
Yeah. How did that decision come around?
That was coming out of college and noticing, statistically, it'll be easier to have a good show if it's well attended.
Totally.
I mean, you can break through with small crowds, but there's it's harder, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I played shows where no one's there.
It's tough, you know? You can break through, but it's harder.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
I think you guys definitely took the path of least resistance with that one, and
Exactly.
it paid off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe it was risky in a sense, you know, we weren't going to play shows for a while, but yeah, once we did, it was like everyone there was so on board.
Totally.
So you just, yeah, it was just pure data analysis.
So in terms of shows, I know for a while you guys were booking your own shows, and
Yeah.
you were like, you were a little frustrated. You were like, hit me with the ticket links. And so what was that experience like?
Yeah. Booking is so difficult to do on your own. So we now have an agent.
Right.
We've had for a year or two.
Madison House.
Yeah.
How is it like working with them and handing that part of the band over to them?
It has been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm it's hard for me to relinquish things. That was
Right.
not hard.
Right.
Yeah, I was glad to.
It's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, it's just built for these booking agents to do their thing. It's not set up for
Right. Independent.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So with Madison House, you picked them. Did you have a lot of offers as far as agents go?
Yeah, or just emails
Yeah.
that, you know, unreplied to emails by but guy at Madison House was the first person to ever contact us about
Right.
an agent, and then I would just ask him advice over the years,
Right.
and his name's Guy, so that's and so then when it came time, they just had this awesome pitch where it was like you know, no formal contract, or just like super the way I like to do things, you know.
That's
It's like if
awesome.
it's working, it's working.
Yeah.
There's kind of more stakes in it that way.
Mhm.
I feel like it.
Yeah,
know.
and you guys are represented at Ghostly for Sync, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And that got you the Apple commercial?
Yeah, that's a friend from Michigan, Jeremy Daly,
Yeah.
who will pitch our stuff through Ghostly.
That's awesome.
That's another sweet deal. At the time, I thought it was like really scary, but it was totally.
But yeah, Sync is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me in my Intro to Music Industry class.
It is. I mean, you try to figure out how to do it correctly, and
Snickers commercial in Mexico.
yeah. I mean, I read a RJD2 article, or he was quoted, and I know he's, you know, a big part of that. And there's so many ways to go about sync,
Right.
and I think we're doing it correctly, where we've maintained all our rights. If Ghostly gets us something, they get a percentage of that fee.
Right.
And it's just symbiotic, you know.
Right.
But RJD2 gave up his publishing on the Mad Men theme,
Right.
which was part of that deal initially. And who knows
Yeah.
what, you know. So doing the sync thing, but maintaining all
Right.
the rights
Right.
is how we've been doing it.
So you've brought on a booking agent, you've brought on a publicist, and that's helped you to grow the operation. Are you satisfied with where that's at now, or would you be looking to expand it further in the future?
Oh yeah, I'm satisfied. Yeah.
Seems like it's working out.
Yeah. I mean the big like check marks of legitimacy are so, you know, I wouldn't want to do them again.
Right.
They're just
right.
so stressful. So now we want to, you know, nail these Wolfpack shows, and, you know,
Right.
the
And
real,
that's definitely
yeah.
another page
Yeah.
in my notebook. So the live shows are really just hitting it show after show. And I saw you guys for the first time in March 2015. And by then you'd gone on the Sleepify tour and you'd played a bunch. But even then it was still really loose and
Right.
kind of funky and weird,
Uh-huh.
tiny room.
Uh-huh.
And since I've seen you 3 times since then and watched all the live streams and stuff, it's just gotten tighter and tighter and tighter. So
Cool.
what kind of work have you put into developing those shows, and like where do you want them to go?
We haven't rehearsed, but we played more shows.
Right.
So we're getting better at that, you know. We've got the set list that's kind of working right now.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, which is I wouldn't have
People will
predicted
be
that.
yelling for deep cuts for the rest of your life.
I know we should
You should do like One per.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, totally.
Barbara.
So yeah, I've always wanted to keep it feeling, or it is just unrehearsed, and because I think if we went the direction of trying to nail the tightest stage show, you're up against Prince and Emily King, and it's just impossible. So we want to maintain this improv comedy feel, because then there's this
always say yes
agreement and spontaneity in the room that you can't recreate with the tightest live show.
Totally. It's just people at Bonnaroo loved it.
Yeah,
I was like sitting in I was like the dining room table. I was like glued to the screen.
Oh, cool.
So even through the digital divide, that sort of amazing atmosphere was coming through.
They had a guy in a truck right outside and I walked in and it was a full-on recording studio level vintage gear, and he was a great mixer.
Yeah.
So yeah, typically those live clips, unless it's a fan miking it, they're like really dry board mixes, and it's just not good. That was sounded like really good, the actual mix. So
totally.
They hooked that up completely.
Yeah. Was that the biggest crowd you think you've ever played for?
Oh yeah. I don't know what it was, but we got this really cool new kid slot. And Bournes did too, and the Thursday night thing. Yeah.
And those people, they were all there for you. They were yelling the words. So
I couldn't. It was hard. Maybe they're all up front. So
yeah, but I think even the people who didn't know who you were going in went out oh my God, I have to check these guys out.
Yeah, it was it was perfect. The mob thing, and then so just it happened. Yeah.
So Bournes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Right.
You guys must have connected with him through the Michigan scene.
Yeah. Dart played with him, and I remember.
I saw a picture of that. I remember.
Yeah. And Theo and this cat Tom Stoker in Michigan did work with him. So yeah, I was hip, and then to see the whole thing kind of start to finish with the Bournes thing.
Yeah.
It's been so cool.
You forgot the words, but it was adorable.
You can't live.
Really cute. I love that guy. So yeah, I mean, all of your connections, really, a ton of them have come out of the Michigan scene, your most fruitful collaborations, with Antoine and with a lot of your, Tyler Duncan and all those guys. So, having been in Ann Arbor for a while and met all these people, and having lived in Los Angeles for a while, how do you compare the two scenes? What has been the most interesting things to come out of living in each place?
The closest analogy is the USC scene, via Theo getting to meet all the musicians here, it's similar. They stick together and will help each other network or get gigs after school.
Totally.
So yeah, I mean, I initially came to LA because Joey Dosick was telling me about it, and he was working, and
he's a native.
Yeah. And then I got here, and all his friends were professional musicians. I was like, wow, you can actually do that here.
Ace Jam scene. It's so cool.
Yes.
And every other person is a USC grad.
I know.
It's
USC,
great.
Michigan. I mean, it's totally our bubble to think that it's.
But it feels good.
It's gotta be.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Totally.
I've heard of other regional migrations here from, there was a Colorado thing, a Seattle thing at a time. So maybe now it's kind of a Michigan thing. I don't know. It might just be our world. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's definitely cool to see. So the people that love you guys really love you. And right now you're sort of situated in a place where those people are part of the jam band scene and that general scene. And it's funny for me because you're kind of an outlier in that the music I like is generally more indie rock based. So I'm kind of always thinking, will there ever be a crossover from a Vulf from that sort of jam band funk sphere into the Stereo Gum / Pitchfork arena? And do you have any aspirations towards that at all?
I don't know how we'd go about doing that, but yeah, I think a few of the tunes are hooky and short,
Yeah.
So yeah, it could happen. I mean, the jam thing happened organically, so it'd be cool if that happened organically too, just via the recorded songs.
The buzz.
Yeah, so I could see that happening. I don't think Pitchfork would bite for some reason, but yeah.
I might try. I don't know.
Yeah, give it a shot.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, do it.
Because I think that the jam band scene is so interesting. I knew nothing about it going in. Did you?
No.
So is this kind of a learning experience for you?
Yeah.
That this is the.
I'm kind of obsessed. Yeah.
Listening to a lot of Fish.
I love the Fish. All the surrounding culture is just fascinating. And
it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
You should watch some of the like parking lot. Yeah, it's an entire world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are big on collaborations, and I know you got the Good Hurts shirt on.
That's right.
And people seem to really love that Vulf comp.
Yes.
So I had a friend who wanted to know, when is the next Vulf Good Hurts collaboration arising?
Oh, we got it. We got some good stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. Vulf Wow is probably the next one.
Right, that's just the Wow slider on the comp.
Yes.
Which I demoed and lost.
Yeah, it is. It is nutty. I mean, it just like Vulf compressor. It's this this idea that they went for, Devin and they have an intern right now from Michigan. I'm forgetting her name.
I was looking at her LinkedIn the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
I forgot.
Yeah.
She seems very cool though.
Yes, she's very cool, and she's doing some stuff on Vulf Wow, and it's
nice.
Turned into this entirely like sound designy different level of thing. So that'll hopefully be next, and it'll be and then there's the Vulf Reverb, which has got an incredible story, and it's gonna be this whole it's gonna have its little place in
man,
I
can't wait until there can be an infographic of how many albums on all the end of year lists use Good Hurts plugins. it's already happening.
Yeah, the plugin game is really wild, and historically producers want to keep their stuff a secret, so it's hard to know what it's on. But people send us screenshots or photos of and you'll see Good Hurts up there. Yeah,
I saw the one with Anderson .Paak.
Yes,
that's insane.
Yeah, that's
totally insane. So you guys Antoine Stanley is the favorite. You guys worked with Rachel Goodrich.
Yeah,
that was really cool. How did that come about?
I played a gig with her in the Bay a while ago in Berkeley, and it was awesome. And then I was just a fan, and then she put that on Facebook, the Rhythm Kitchen.
Yeah.
The way she's playing auto harp. I was like, wow, I've never seen anyone do that. I don't know where she picked it up from, but everyone was in town. I've been doing these things with the Zoom mic, and I was like, oh, this would be a crazy, one take
and you're
thing.
Like back there in the back.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of years to catch it.
Well, yeah, that was, no one could tell, but I have this thing where I can make a clapping sound on both legs, so it sounds like stereo clapping.
That's amazing.
So it didn't really come through on the track, but someday I will definitely
utilize it properly.
Yeah.
So the guys were all in town. Were you guys tracking here?
Yeah, that was I forget what we did that trip, but no, I don't. We did a session. We did 2 sessions at this dude's garage. And that'll be on the next one.
All right.
Really cool stuff.
I'm psyched for that next one. So, you're the guy, but then you got other guys in the band. So I just wanted to know if you could describe all the members of Vulf in one word each. How would you describe
One word each?
It? Yeah.
Woody's a biologist. Theo is a rabbi, a leader. And Joe is Scandinavian. I don't know.
Beastly.
Yeah, beastly.
Yeah.
Of course.
They seem just like they're the best dudes in the world.
Yeah, greatest.
Totally. So you got You got the next album coming out October, I hear.
Yep,
Another October release.
Yep.
Hoping for that LA show. So I know you did the mixing work and the production work on the record. So after tracking has been completed, but before, the record is out, what does a typical day look like for you as Vulfman, as the guy?
Typical day: eat a banana, go get a cappuccino, walk there, run up a hill 5 times, sprint, go to Trader Joe's directly after, get the my latest vice is their bottled Smart Water knockoff. I shouldn't be buying bottled water, but it just tastes so good, or it's easy to drink, I should say. And Theo got me into salads, how to do that, and then I hit the computer, mix, or work on a video, or do a Facebook post or something. I mean, it varies quite a bit, depending on the process.
For sure.
I haven't started making the videos yet. It's all mixing right now.
Right. I mean, you still got some videos left from the last one.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting on the game winner.
Yes, that one's done. That one's really good. That one's
I'm
really
excited.
Good. That's yeah.
And I know that last year you tracked around the same time, and the record came out around the same time. But this summer you have a lot more. You're doing a lot more touring than last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a balancing act.
Yeah, I have plenty of time to do it. So that's more of a product of us getting these offers now to do these gigs.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, sweet.
That's gonna be sick.
That's gonna be sweet.
So you divide your time, between the music and the video and the social media, which you are a master of. Facebook Live.
You are too. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
The pioneers of Facebook
Oh yeah.
Live.
Algorithmic sorting. It's important. So you're keeping things very new and interesting. You did the Flow State shows.
Right.
Dollar on the Way Out.
That was great.
People loved it.
People loved it. Yeah.
So did the track actually generate that money, or was it out of pocket?
For the show?
Yeah, no, the dollars.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I mean,
because you own all of the publishing and the
Exactly.
recording rights to all of your songs, which means that the cut you get from Spotify is much larger than some major label guy complaining about his
songwriting
eighth of a
thing.
cent.
Yeah, exactly. The general math works out to like 1 million streams being around $5-6 if you own everything.
If you own, yeah. I think that's an
5,
important
6, 7,
thing
yeah.
that people don't
Right, which
really
is
get.
It's not CD sales by any
Right.
measure, but it's, I don't know, if it went away, it would hurt.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Flow State is almost at that million.
I know. So we rounded up for the show.
Right.
Because I'm assuming there was some Google Play and some
Right.
KK Box, and whatnot.
Band page, Bandcamp.
And so yeah, no, I think we did. I think, yeah, we definitely broke even, or we made money. Everyone got paid for that show in the band, and my sisters produced the actual event in Chicago.
It was a family affair. Your parents were there.
Yeah, my mom led a dance.
So by owning all of those rights and making, that money, you guys, I feel like you guys are as close as a band can get in this day and age to a studio band, to that ideal, that mid-century ideal of a studio band.
Mid-century.
So of course you go out and tour and stuff, but to a much lesser extent than a lot of
that's true,
hard-working bands. And I know you guys are going out to the UK for the first time in September. That's going to be so much fun. I know they've been begging for it a while out there.
Right.
So now is the right time?
I think so. Yeah. I think having the Brooklyn Bowl connection made it super easy. The European deals are very different. They're more socialist. Like they'll pay you a lot less, but they'll put you up and feed you.
Wolfman approves.
Yeah.
The Germans are here.
So understanding that deal with Brooklyn Bowl, we kind of know our budget,
Right. And you guys have venue favorites at this point, but you sold out those Telegram shows very fast. And I know that on the heels of the Bonnaroo gig, people were looking for tickets.
Yeah, those are going to be cool. We're recording the board channels and whatnot. So we're gonna bring it. I got a CP70, the keyboard.
That's the one you had at Rue?
Yes.
That broke?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what.
Sounded good, though.
The funny thing there is that we didn't hear it on stage, and it was coming.
I was hearing it in the stream,
in the stream, so Woody's just like hitting the keyboard. It's kind of funny.
It was pretty funny. So, yeah, you guys own all these rights. So does that leave it to you to do the accounting?
Yes, which people think. Some industry person my age early on was like, yeah, but do you want to do all that accounting? I'm like, I think so. And it's so easy. It's like the easiest thing ever.
They don't want you to know it's that easy.
No. It's like, it's a spreadsheet.
It's just math.
Yeah. It's
basic knowledge of Google Docs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, so I feel like I was going to ask, in an ideal world with unlimited resources, what would your sort of admin setup look like? But I feel like you must be pretty close.
Very close. I mean, start to finish, I can do payroll in about 30 minutes, and I do it once a month. So anyone claiming they don't have that time is lying, and it's fun.
That's good to know. Well, you've probably got a knack for it. So you guys are working on the new. You tracked in Chicago. You tracked in New Orleans. You tracked in Michigan. Is the album going to be the same length?
Yes, yeah, I'm into 10 tracks.
Okay.
I'm into that. Yeah, there'll be some left turns, hopefully.
10 tracks, but without the controlled comp clause.
What's that?
It's the reason why a lot of major label albums only have 10 tracks.
Oh, really?
Because they make artists pay out of pocket for any more tracks for the mechanical royalties from the publisher.
Wow.
It sucks.
I had no idea. I like.
It's a good number.
10, yeah.
But sometimes there's a reason. So in all of this stuff that you've got going on, the people want to know, when will Mushy return to the video form?
Oh, yeah, I got to do something, yeah. I got to do something, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, because he guest starred Guided Smile Meditation. That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, I go through these phases where it's not even intentional that it's all at once, like... so I just gotta do one of them, and then I'm sure it'll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do that one.
Yeah.
In one of the earlier Mushy videos, the New Orleans groove, you've got those monogrammed drums, and I just gotta know, what does the P stand for?
Philip.
Yeah,
Jack Philip Stratton.
Now we know.
That's good.
Now we know.
And I think that's how they used to do monograms.
Right. It's with the last name in the middle.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Very cool. And that's all I got.
Wow.
I had to end on the best question. Oh, I actually solicited some questions from fans on my Facebook page. Max S. from Highland Park, Illinois wants to know, who's your daddy?
My father's name?
That's what he asked.
Okay. Bert Stratton.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
Very cool guy.
Yeah, you can Google his articles that he's written. He's got a blog. Yeah.
Good blog. Ben B. from Los Angeles wants to know, what kind of toothpaste do you use?
I've been doing the Pro Health. Yeah, I don't know.
Solid. All right. Jetton C. from Colorado wants to know what your favorite Bach composition is.
Oh. I'm not a scholar, but I have an affinity for Contrapunctus 9, which I did the talk box.
The talk box.
Yeah, so that's the only one I kind of know.
Well, then it's your favorite.
Yeah, I know.
And last one, Evan C. from Los Angeles wants to know, who is your fashion icon?
Oh, wow. Rob Stenson. Sorry, I got to feed the meter. Rob Stenson, the guy who I stole our website from and is the interface designer at Goodhurst.
Seems like a cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool guy. I've met him.
Cool.
He's cool.
Yeah.
You got your uniform for the shows now.
Yes.
You switched it up. Stripes to soccer shirt.
Right. Yeah, my sister helped with that, getting me in the tennis shorts, even though they're not soccer shorts. But those are my grandfather's tennis shorts. And, it'll be the album cover of this next one.
Right, because the other shirt was the album cover of the last one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine it. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's good.
And then after that, you change your outfit, and then it's the album cover of the next one.
Right.
People are gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'd like to think it was intentional, but.
All right. Well, I think we're good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jack.
you. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Nailed it.
Yes.